Okay, this time going for Donruss 1991 Series 2. Again, going for Elite cards, or the Nolan Ryan Legends card, or the Ryan Sandberg Elite Signature card. Anything that's different, because these are all just, otherwise they're just junk, mostly. Those are the only inserts that matter. There might be a couple cards in. If you get a PSA 10, you can get $100 for it, but unlikely. So let's try this. Donruss Series 2, 1991, baseball. Hoping for anything elite, anything different. And here we go. Got the green ones this time. Didn't get a Griffey last time. Didn't get a Nolan. I don't know if... Oh, there's regular Ricky. I don't know if the Nolan was in the first series or not. I can't remember. I think it actually might have been in Series 2. So I feel like I have one, and I think it's green. But I do really wonder where the elites are, if they do come up in the packs, if they're on the ends, if they're in the middle. I mean, it's such a real rarity that I don't know that anybody even knows. Which is why I'm recording these, because if I pull an elite, then we'll have it on video where they are in the packs, and, you know, I guess the general rarity. I mean, we know they're really rare. But these are both sealed boxes. Nobody's screwing with these packs, and nobody's going to spend any time trying to do anything with the junk wax here stuff. It's just not worth it. Anything that has signatures in it, I mean, there were very few sets that have signatures. Upper Deck being one of them, but Upper Deck also was completely sealed packs, not wax, so impossible to tamper with. You could maybe tamper with these, but it would make no sense. They would look tampered with. You'd have to seal them all back up. Not worth it. Just to sell it for $25 a box? No. Not going to happen. So, you know, you get one of these. It's, you know, validated. It's not like a box from the 70s or maybe very early 80s that you have to have validated by a baseball card exchange or something. This is not that. And I mean, I'm looking through these because I might find a Nolan or something, or somebody important, but otherwise you can kind of tell right when you open. I can tell, you know, all the cards look the same. So no elites in there, like right now. Okay, no elite, but I'll look through them anyway. For fun, for you and for me, and pulling any, you know, people that are good out here, even though not worth anything. Darryl Strawberry MVP. Those are the days. Dale Murphy. I mean, I'll probably post these. I may not, because it's not that interesting. It'd be interesting if I found something, and then I would post it for sure. But I don't know how many people want to watch me going through a box of old junk wax. Rookie of the Year. I used to love Dave Justice. Not as much anymore. It seems like he's kind of a jerk. But he was great back then, and I loved the Braves. That was my team. Oh, there we go. Nolan Ryan, Diamond Kings. No, not Diamond Kings. Highlights. 300th win. All right. It's decent. Good shape, obviously. Straight out of the pack. And Ricky Henderson, MVP. Andy Van Slyke, one of the guys I watch. His favorite guy is Andy Van Slyke. His first pack. That's who he got. these wax, they're so compressed. You pull them out and they're like a brick, but luckily they are not bricked because they're not glossy. If they were glossy, this would be impossible. You might just throw all these boxes away because, oh, no way. Dude. Whoa, Barry Bonds Elite. Wow. 81.75 out of 10,000. 1 of 8. Whoa. Look at that. I can't even believe that. All right, then. Well, it's possible. I am very surprised. But I am very happy. That is awesome. A little bit of wax, but sharp out of the pack. Whew. Okay, well. Gonna definitely post this one. Get him in a one touch right away. All right. Well, happy with that. I mean, it's not a signature, but dang. All right. There we go. So that was on the end, and that was right behind this puzzle card. So it could be where they are in the packs. I don't know. But that's where I found it. So behind the puzzle card, right on the end. Awesome. Okay, well. Let's keep going. Jeez, that was great. Griffey Jr., MVP. Just talking along, not even pay attention. And hey, there's some sort of weird extra card here behind the puzzle piece. Oh, and it's a Barry Bond Elite. All right. Look behind any more puzzle cards here? No? Dr. Dirt and Mr. That's a cool card. Well, it is possible. I just proved it. My first box was a bust, but Series 2 box here. Wow, that was great. I don't even know what that's worth, but I mean, straight out of the pack, you can't get much more mint than that. And I mean, it does have a little bit of wax there on the tiny spots, but I think I can probably rub some of that off with pantyhose. Not too much wax. It shouldn't be much wax because there shouldn't be wax on it, period. But because it wasn't on the end, it was behind the puzzle piece, which is good because, you know, I'm glad they put that puzzle piece in there to block it because that would have been pretty waxed up if not. Well, that box was definitely worth $30. Ricky Henderson, Gary Sheffield. Ken Griffey Sr. So I was about halfway through, not even halfway. That was like the second row of cards, I think. Second row packs, maybe the third row packs. It's behind the puzzle piece. Ken Griffey Jr. again, MVP. Nice to get a regular Nolan. Ricky Henderson MVP, way off center. Ryan Sandberg. Base card. Like I was mentioning before, base cards always were more valuable than any other oddball cards like highlights and MVP and all that stuff. I don't really know why, other than it's just sort of like this is the main card that we want to go for. Anything else is just extra. Because people I mean, those were sort of inserts, the MVPs and things. They were the first types of inserts. That's sort of a weird ink spot there. Barry Bonds. Hey, look. Barry Bonds, Barry Bonds. Clemens MVP. All right, so that's half. Yeah, so this is maybe the third row. I really didn't think I'd pull one. I just thought I'd do this for fun and, you know, I don't know. I hoped, of course, but I really didn't think I would. But puzzle piece saves the day. Ozzie Smith All-Star. So if I got that one, and it's 10,000 of them. There's 8 of them. It's 1 of 8. So it's 8 different ones for each series. So 8 and 8. So if there's 8 cards, there's 10,000 of each. So that's 80,000 cards per series. And I pulled one, but, you know, I think it's really closer to 1 per case. So there's 80,000 cases, maybe. Probably a couple million boxes. It's still, yeah, it's still really, really, really rare. And then you got to go, well, are you going to pull a good player? Because I have the Doug Drabeck of that, and of this series, and you know, it's worth a little bit if it's in really, really good shape. But nobody cares about Doug Drabeck anymore. Barry Bonds, yes, and also if I get, you know, a signature or something, that would also be amazing. But I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that right now I'm done for the rest of the box, because they're going to put 2 elites in one box. I imagine they probably have them in, I don't know how it works, but if I were them, what I would have done is just, you know, wrap up the elites in their own packs, and then inserted those packs, you know, set them, you know, put them 1 per whatever, and stuck them in there with all the other ones. But I don't know. But I just assume there's no way you're going to pull 2 out of 1 box. So, but we'll keep going anyway. You never know. Definitely no searched box here. Danny Jackson. It's a weird one, him just getting signed, I guess. It's probably the only picture they had of him. They had to use that one. Doug Steve? No hit the Indians. Ron Kittle. I always like that name. After I'm done here, I'm going to look up that Bonds card and see if it's worth, how much it's worth. All-Star Sandberg. Another Mr. Clean. I don't need 2 of those. Nolan Ryan, 300th win. Again. I'd like to get his main card too. Carl Strawberry. Looking all slick with his tie. Bobby Thigpen. Oh, that one's reversed. That's kind of weird. Turn award. These days, if you get one that's flipped, it means it's an insert, usually. 2 checklists at the end. 700 and 770. Kind of odd. All right, we got 10 packs left. I mean, they really gave you a ton of cards back then. These are packed in there super tight. And there's no space at all. They're just in there like sardines. And there's 36 packs. There's bonds. You really got your money's worth. And these days, I mean, if the players that you're getting with the inserts and the signatures are ones you really want, then great. But otherwise, you just don't get the time spent opening packs anymore. It's just you open a couple and then you're done. And maybe they're worth money if that's what you care about. But if you're just a kid collecting, I don't know how you do it these days. Because there's only Topps. There used to be all these different companies doing baseball, and now it's just Topps. So you get Topps, and you get really, really small boxes and small packs, and yeah, maybe you get some special cards out of them, but not many. It's mostly just about the money these days, I think. Back then, yeah, things could be worth money, but Ripken All-Star, errorless games. Things would be worth money, but mostly you're just collecting for fun. But you get stuff like that, and that could definitely be worth some money. Back then, even. I don't know anybody. None of my friends had any elite cards. No way. It just wasn't something that people had. You'd see them at card shows. But you could never afford them. Or if you could, it wouldn't really be worth it. It was just so much money. Henderson. Again, a lot of the same cards. There's that weird printing error again. That white ink. Now, some people throw those up on eBay. Be like, "Oh, it's an error card." It's not. Yeah, it's not an error card. It's just a random printing smudge or white dot or something. Like, it's not like the Billy Ripken error where they did it on purpose to get rid of his cuss word or whatever. Not the same thing. Or the ones that are the blacklist cards on 1990s Topps. 1990 Topps just had a big spot where the machine that was running the rollers got some substance on it that took the ink off in a big blotch. And then none of those cards got black in the same exact spot across all the card sheet for like 1,000 cards. It wasn't on purpose. And it just, it is what it is, but it wasn't like something they did on purpose or even really knew about. I bet you they probably didn't even know about it. Maybe they looked at them. Maybe they did see them, but maybe they didn't because they went out. And then they probably just put more ink on the roller and just kept on going, didn't even realize it. So that would make the most sense with how mass-produced those cards were. I mean, for them to go through individually each sheet and check them, I don't see them doing that. Sandberg All-Star, way off center again. I don't know what's up with those. Chris Sabo. BJ Surhoff and Gerald Young. 3 more packs. No elite in this one. Ron Kittle. After a while, these seem to just kind of get really slick because they're very dry compared to all the glossy cards that came after them. So they just kind of slide around. My dream to pull from here, I mean, that was a great card. That's one of the top ones. My other dream, though, would be the Sandberg Signature or the Nolan Legends Series card, which I don't have either one of those, and I never did. So that would be nice to have. Because I love Nolan. My dad does too, and he loves Sandberg. I like to get him the Sandberg card. I could buy it now for a couple $100. It'd be fun to pull it from a pack, though. It's more special if you're pulling it from a pack, I think. '90 World Series, Billy Hatcher. Sets a World Series record with 7 straight hits. I wonder if that's still a record. That was 1990. All right, so there we go. Got a chase card. One of the first chase cards ever. The year before this was 1990. High Series Upper Deck had the signature cards in there. But that was it. Before then, in the 91, everyone started to do some chase cards. But before that, yeah, it was just not many. All right, well, oh yeah, that's 8175 out of 10,000. Straight out of the pack. Minty minty. Never touched. I barely touched it. Never touched by anyone else. And in the one touch. So thank you for watching. And hey, I finally pulled something out of one of these boxes for the first time out of all these tries. So I may try again. We'll see if I can get a cheap box, couple boxes, because that was a good experience. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.